Are you a carer or a dependent of a carer who is currently on a skilled worker visa in the UK? And are you worried about your future as far as the immigration status in the UK is concerned? If so, then this video is for you. And if you're joining for the first time, welcome to Meaningful Careers, the hub of information, insights, and inspiration for all things careers. On this channel, I just share information to help people move up and forward in their careers.
Meaningful Careers now. Take the time to take your destiny in your hands now. With Meaningful Careers.
If you've been following the news and the conversations around the UK's immigrations, etc., you will have noticed already that there is that proposal to replace indefinite leave to remain with that end settlement, potentially effective sometime this year. There is also a likelihood of the qualification period of indefinite leave to remain moving from 5 to 10 years. And if you've been around and following for quite some time, you've also have seen that there have been recent changes around dependents of skilled workers. And you have also seen in the news the increasingly tighter qualification requirements as far as the skilled worker visa is concerned. So the long and short of it is that it's getting tighter to work in the UK, especially if you're on the low skilled end. So what does this mean for you then as a visa holder or as a dependent? Number one, your risk of staying in the UK is increasing because your right to work may be impacted by these changes. Your protection of your long-term settlement prospects is limited now. It also implies that dependents need to start thinking of building their own route instead of just relying on the main visa holder. Now is the moment to move up, upskill, and progress so that you stand your chance in the UK. So let's look at what options exist for the main visa holder. The first and the urgent and the short-term one is to move into roles that can be sponsored if qualifications permit. These are roles at RQF Level 6+, that is to say just at degree level and above. If your qualifications permit, that is the first option. You're looking at roles like adult nursing, mental health nursing, occupational therapy, radiography, paramedic, social work. These align with the skills and the shortage needs that are currently present in the UK. The second option is to upgrade your qualifications. This is obviously the safest one, although it takes longer mid to long term in terms of planning. If you are in a low skilled role with low skills in terms of qualifications, then this option is the main one for you to consider on an individual basis. You need to upgrade and upskill yourself. You can consider degree paths like degrees to do with nursing, degrees to do with social work, degrees to do with business and professional services, for example, accounting, where you can get into the audit career path, etc. And generally other degree level professions or other degree level careers is what you would then need to start pursuing. Higher qualifications equals stronger sponsorship prospects, which naturally means more opportunities and faster progression for you. Option 3, if the health and social care space isn't for you, is to then consider pivoting or switching into different industry or different professions. This means you can go to school to study as part of option 2, but your focus of study is not just the health and social care roles, but things like business and professional services and any other spaces where there is a shortage. We are talking of roles like IT, in the digital space, cybersecurity, data management, etc. Those can bring prospects for you in terms of getting any visa sponsorship. So as the main visa holder, these are the options for you. Consider moving into roles that can get you sponsorship if the qualifications permit. If not, go to school, upgrade your qualifications so that you look for those roles that can give you visa sponsorship. And lastly, once you've got the qualifications, or as you pursue your qualifications, you may want to target pivoting into different roles or different industries and professions if health and social care is not for you. I would say these broadly apply to main visa holders, but also the dependents. But anyway, let's look at the options that the dependents also have. So as a dependent, generally you have got more room, isn't it? Because you're not tied to a role. Yes, we are here to look for money. Yes, we want to make money. That is always the argument for most of the dependents, to say I don't have time to go to school because I need to look for money, etc. But I think we need to be strategic about it. Would you rather get money now and lose the opportunity for you to then get your indefinite leave to remain? Or would you rather be strategic about it, be deliberate and intentional about it, explore these other options with a view that you can increase your chances of even yourself being the main visa holder and then switching roles with your current main visa holder? So the first option for you as a dependent is to study towards a degree. That's the most sustainable one if you already don't have one. It's not to say leave everything and go and sit in the class full time. If that's possible, yes, it's faster. But if it's not possible, there are other routes and avenues that can lead you to a degree level qualification. You talk of things like apprenticeships. You can explore them, do your qualifications, even on a part-time basis, but at least they allow you to get to that level. Instead of saying, I'm here to look for money, so I don't have time to upskill or upgrade my qualifications. Think about that. Be strategic and be intentional about it. Then the second option for you is to build your experience towards sponsorable jobs. If you already have the qualifications, then it's more about just bringing yourself closer to those roles. You can even volunteer. You can even start at an entry level because there are opportunities and chances for you to then rise within different corporate ladders, which then eventually gives you a stronger chance of getting a visa sponsorship. So that's the second one. Then ultimately, the third option is to switch to your own visa as the main visa holder. You can get your own skilled worker visa, then you swap roles with whoever was your main visa holder. Now they can also become a dependent because say you have already managed to fast track and get that degree, you have managed to get that qualification and that job at RQF Level 6+, there's nothing stopping you from then becoming the main visa holder in terms of the skilled worker visa, because that would ideally allow you to bring dependents. Then whoever was your main visa holder becomes your dependent. That's another way of looking at it. So the rules are changing, but these are just some of the options to consider. If you need any conversation now in detail to then say, okay, for social work, what are the routes? How do I get there? Get in touch. We can talk. If you want to talk about mental health nursing or any other nursing degree qualifications, to say, how do I then explore this? Then reach out. Then we can work on this together. I know it sounds scary. It sounds daunting at start, but it's not always as difficult as it sounds to focus and reset your career. I've seen a lot of people that have come here in their 40s, in their 50s, and they restarted their careers, reset, went to school, did their first degrees. Now some of them are directors, some of them are managers, some of them are doing well in their professions. So it's never late to restart, especially if you are a dependent who has got the space and the time. Why not consider lessening the burden on your other half or the other part who is your current visa holder by exploring these options, upgrading your skills, upgrading your qualifications. But if you don't have a dependent, say you're just yourself as the care work or the skilled worker visa holder, yes, you can still do that. You can still go to school on a part-time basis. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes all your energy. But what's the excuse then? Can we just wait until things go wrong for us to start thinking of options? Rather, it's the time to be proactive, time to be strategic, and time to think through, how do I want to maximize my chances of getting a more sustainable long-term settlement route in the UK? That is if that's your ambition. But if your ambition is just to say, I'm here to make money and go, then that's fine. But there is a real risk that you may not have long enough with the right of work to then make that money. So think about it. But these are the options. I hope it helps. If you need any support, reach out. Then we can always talk, guide each other in terms of where to get what information around these career paths, these degrees, these qualifications, etc. And always, as a disclaimer, for visa-related information and advice, please check the official gov.uk website, because that's the official channel where they put in the news and the updates as far as visas and immigration issues are concerned.
Meaningful carriers now. Take the time to take your destiny in your hands now. With meaningful carriers.